Drylands cover 40% of the world's land area, home to 2 billion people and supporting half of the global livestock population. In East Africa, the harsh realities of these lands have shaped the livelihoods of millions. But amidst these challenges lies hope, transformative technologies that are breathing new life into degraded landscapes.
In drylands, people are largely dependent on natural resource and land. Opportunity for economic development that absorbing people to other sector is very low, which means people are really very much dependent on the land, either as small subsistence farming, but also largely supplemented by livestock.
Land degradation has long plagued the drylands of East Africa. Once fertile lands have been stripped bare by erosion, deforestation, and unsustainable farming practices. Livelihoods have become increasingly fragile and food insecurity has worsened, but a solution is emerging.
We have trained the communities together with the extension and the practitioners a number of technologies, and one being water harvesting, for instance, and the other being which germ plasm to put to store degraded rangeland. And we have also showcased how to control gully erosion.
The Drylands Transform project, led by the Swedish University of Agricultural Sciences and supported by partners across East Africa and Sweden, set out to address these challenges through assessment of land health, co-developing options for rangeland restoration and management in livestock cafes, understanding the household resilience, land governance systems, and through policy and practice engagements. Through these engagements and collaboration, communities in the Karamoja border region of Kenya and Uganda are witnessing a remarkable transformation. Through targeted training, communities learned how to combat soil erosion and adopt sustainable agricultural practices. Key crops such as maize, millet, cassava, and fruit trees are now flourishing, providing nutritious food for humans and livestock alike. Drought-resistant grasses exceeding 50 centimeters in height offer a reliable food source for animals, reducing the risk of starvation.
Tuligrupiwa watu 35, wakatufunza jinsi ya kukua na kitchen garden. Wakatufunza about half moons. Tukakuwa na half moons, the way you are seeing like this one now. So kwa hii half moons, tuliambiwa tupande mboga, tupande maharagwe, chakula ambayo ingechukua muda kidogo. Alafu pia na mahindi. Alafu hapa juu tukaweka pigeon peas, sunflower na sweet potatoes.
Ngarakin tiro wajan cara karbu ketak te nyama boka terera kwareng nanya jokon je kokong nantu butaga rongo kui hinta bakagna unchok toko.
The project's key innovation is the establishment of livestock cafes, stakeholder platforms where farmers share best practices and engage in participatory experiments. These vibrant hubs facilitate technology testing and knowledge exchange, enhancing economic resilience and sustainable land management.
Within this project, we have 5 objectives. And today, I will be able to talk about one of the objectives, targeting technologies that are applicable to the pastoralists and agro-pastoralists. And one of them, a livestock cafe. And in this livestock cafe, like any other cafe, where you go and get ideas, get a drink, you have a variety of what to choose. So this one here, what we are calling a livestock cafe, it is where also different technologies are demonstrated, different ideas, and its main purpose is supposed to be a knowledge sharing hub.
Atola pa inyo kinyoru nila. Pichini kipka keneta kaite kinyor pite kul kinetu cho wechen nyoman kapa pike karpareni kwa kono kichengo kasukaite akapa kwile nyini kikia kaite so nyorne nya saile meminye chinyoto kisungu kanela to wete makata yerote ningion kimichi ngionda ngitini kimichi akwechi etini kirip ngalami shambakau kikusomeshan mon ngo school meminye le yotin tiamatinye kasi nyowu mbaka le to kitatin nyoba le wakati ngibata
angolo group data mi wadang to ada ngula tamar e jogora martelo pe logo bitu mo ya tokora wanda grima ko man ko re jigi tokora ni ada ngi ko baran to upite akwa pana kada dang talagi ndang baran bitu bona pe pom dana bitu ya tagana martelo to do yo to ama tokora ni ada ngi baran talal pedo ngi barna ada to re mo ko dang nyamuri ada dang edit.
As the benefits of these innovations spread, neighboring villages have replicated the model, boosting food security and economic independence.
The role of IGAD is dissemination, the key findings of the research, as well as also put into reaching the decision makers through policy brief. We have tried to organize a regional dissemination event. One example is scientists have been given a platform during East Africa Pastoralism Day, where they have really reached out a different sector of society, disseminate the issues of land degradation, the need for focus on rangeland rehabilitation, the need to focus on orderly land governance, where people can also put effort into the land so that to get something out of land.
University research students are utilizing these cafes to rigorously test project objectives.
My research work is focusing on the effects of grass legume intercropping in addition with manure in order to restore the degraded lands. These are from the two sites in West Pokot and in Nabak. From this, we are going to get the digestibility, the feed at the 4 different intervals, the crude protein, the dry matter, and the nitrogen detergent fiber, NDF.
We're going to carry out an experiment on lab supplementation for the livestock cebu in Karamoja. We are going to look at how the animals are going to respond after supplementation with lab hay. How are they going to respond in terms of their weight, in terms of their body condition score, in terms of the products that they give, and in terms of also their health.
The success of rangeland restoration is evident. Degraded land has been revitalized with grasses that thrive even in dry conditions.
This section is hosting our experimental sites for grass. Grass mixed with legumes, grass only, grass, manure, legumes only, and then natural treatment. This site was chosen because it was degraded. These are pastoralists. This was the worst site. And they told us they want to see grass growing on this site. That's why we chose here, and we are able to do the treatments here. Show them that degraded soil can be rehabilitated.
These grasses not only provide a critical food source for livestock, but also prevent further erosion.
The land is highly degraded here, and when it rains, there is a lot of water now coming downwards all the way to the river. So we have done this half moons just to intercept the surface runoff, and from there we put the grass seeds, and now we see the regeneration that is happening.
Hii half moon sasa, hii maji yenye natoka hapa hivi inasanyika hapa hivi, na hakuna mahali pengine itapita, sababu ikijaa hapa hivi inarudi hivi inaingilia hapa hivi. Kuna half moon nyingine hapa hivi tumechora hivi mpaka hapa hivi. Nisaidia mchanga isioshe huko chini tena.
Through the project's innovative storage units, rainwater is harvested and used for irrigation, benefiting both humans and livestock.
Hii tank pia imenisaidia sana kwa sababu hapo before tulikuwa tunatembea sana kilomita mingi kwenda kutafuta maji. Tunatembea like 4 kilometers sometimes mpaka 6 kilometers. Lakini wakati waliniletea hii tank, nimeweza kuharvest maji, imenisaidia kutumia kwa kukunywa, kupika chakula, kulima, kunyunyuzia mimea kama vile mboga.
The livestock cafes are in their establishment phase, with the fencing of areas and building of cafes keepers houses underway. Each cafe covers roughly 10 hectares and will serve as a long-term demonstration site for the local community. Experimental plots will showcase drought-resistant grasses, erosion control, and the cultivation of fodder banks. The Drylands Transform project has sparked a socio-ecological transformation in the drylands. The visible change from barren, eroded lands to fertile, productive areas shows the project's long-term potential.
As a research-led project, the Dryland Transform has been able to produce key research findings by adapting various methodologies across the 5 objectives, and the results have been able to come out, and we've been able to produce various policy briefs and other publications across our channel at a regional level. Additionally, we've also been able to facilitate the participation of the Dryland Transform team to IGAD-led forums and IGAD meetings and knowledge share, where they're able to bring forward some of the research findings and results at community level.
Communities have called for the expansion of these technologies across the drylands of East Africa to combat food insecurity and strengthen agricultural resilience.
Tunaomba hii project tuendelee expand hii project kwa mahali pengine haijafika. Iendelee mahali pale iko kame.
Etichilogo, jekere etichilo, ngaraka etichilo noi. Ana atokana ngarungo muan. Jamta atokana botole mulaja kato etichilo ke ataka na bo. Ke ataka ra ngarungi sheng tomanda. Jamuni ze etichilo jokono oi. Elo zingaren. Kwana ke itere dalo etichilo paka na manda maga ni olona. Bitike ataka na nyuno oi ji tolozi.
The Drylands Transform project offers a blueprint for restoring drylands and strengthening livelihoods. With ongoing research, community engagement, and shared knowledge, the dream of a resilient, food-secure future for East Africa's drylands is within reach. Despite the remarkable and overwhelming success in achieving many of its objectives, the Drylands Transform project is set to conclude in 2025.
We have been able to lay a foundation of further scaling for the restoration work. I think in terms of the legacy, Dryland Transform has a good legacy of laying those livestock cafes and now setting the pace that degraded land can be restored.